Hello guys, this is Ali. I'm a PhD student in ASLab working with Professor Jamshidi. And I'm working in application of cloud computing. Nowadays cloud is so hot and it's a hot topic actually, and there are a lot of applications to that. As the other presentation mentioned, machine learning nowadays is the hottest application of the cloud. So I'm gonna start with show you guys what is cloud and what are the cloud features, and provide you with commercial companies of cloud computing such as Amazon, Google, Azure, as in Microsoft, and especially the Rackspace from San Antonio. So then we talk about how we can use cloud for our purpose. We start with Amazon as a free cloud. Its cloud name is EC2, and it's the oldest cloud, actually public cloud. So in its dashboard, there's a lot of applications that you guys can use to easily do what you want to do. At the end, I show you guys some platform for implementation of big data and machine learning, such as MPI, such as Hadoop, and Spark. Spark is the newest platform for hosting the big data. It is released by Berkeley, and it's a future of the big data platform. So, and then for the next week, we're going to have discussion about how we can implement the algorithm of machine learning and big data using the Python and R. So, any questions so far? Ready to go? Let's start. So, the first thing, I provide a brief story about cloud computing. Actually, the first idea is by IBM in 1950. It is mentioned remote job entry process, and the purpose of that is remotely handling the job through the computer. But it takes a long time to 2006 for Amazon to release first cloud as AWS, Amazon Web Service. So there are a lot of other clouds, as you know. Rackspace provides OpenStack, and it's a free cloud manager software that you can play with that, and you can manage your cloud. We have two clouds. One of them is EFL, and the other one is ASLab. All of them are controlled and managed by the Professor Jamshidi. So the students in the ASLab are working with them with their project. Majority of the project related to handling the robot, and as you know, cloud provider is one of the really hot applications of cloud nowadays. Actually, IBM has the project, maybe you guys know about that, Smart City, and cloud is produced as the platform to handle all kinds of activities in the city. So it's really important. So, what is the cloud actually? I want to provide you with a simple example. All of you have a laptop in front of you. So, suppose that the laptop doesn't have CPU, doesn't have RAM, and it has just the menu on the keyboard. So, how cool is that? You know, it's going to be a really light laptop. And suppose that, but with that simple monitor and keyboard, you can get access to the huge, powerful CPU, RAM, GPU, and other necessary things. The necessary thing in that manner is networking, you know, because you want to remotely access to the huge computer. And remote access needs a powerful network. So, what does cloud actually is? Make it simple. Suppose that you have a physical machine, same as your laptop, okay? And you are assigned virtually separated instances. We call it in cloud computing instances. So instances has a specific portion of hard disk, RAM, and CPU capability. Suppose that you have i5. There are 3 users. You allocate each users 1 core. i5 means 2 or 3 actual cores, yes? So in that manner, you virtually allocate a specific source of memory, CPU, and hard disk to the users. Suppose that there is a big data centers with a lot of capability, and you are designing a lot of virtual machines. Suppose that for physical machine number 1, you have N. For physical machine number N, you have N as well. So N by N virtual machine. It's big, yes. So the question arises here. So is it necessary to worry about the resources because we have a 2 rack, for example, and we have, for example, 50 users? Is it really necessary to worry about how the users have access to the resources? No. Why? Because it is allocated by the scheduling algorithm. So when you monitor your activity in your laptop, you are not all the time using 100% of your capability. Yes? Agree with me? Agree? So it doesn't necessary to worry about how much resources do we have, but it is important to how we allocate this much resources to the users. Okay? Any questions so far? Is that clear? Okay. So why we are looking for the cloud? It should be on demand. What does that mean? If me as a user want to do something, it should be provided for me instantaneously. So I should not worry about, okay, I couldn't access the cloud. So the first reason is it should be on demand. The other reason is it should have broad network access. You know, there are a lot of users want access to a specific hardware. So you should have a broad network. The third one, resource pooling. What does that mean? It means virtualization, yes. We do have a virtualization mentioned here. So the pooling. It's a pool of virtual machines that are provided in the same physical machine. How about the fourth one? Rapid elasticity. So what does that mean? Suppose that me as a user are using a specific portion of resources, okay? But I won't use that resources anymore. These resources should be released at the same time. It is not as our personal laptops that we always let the CPU running and this stops. It should be stopped. This is the first step. The second step is it should be provisioned to other users which are looking for the resources. Okay? So it means resource scheduling. Okay? Is that clear? Great. So what is the measured service? It means you're gonna spend a lot of money to have a good laptop. 1,000, 2,000, something just like that. Okay? But do you use your laptop all the time? At least 4 hours a day. You are not using it because you are asleep. Yes? So it's a pay-as-you-go service. When you're using it, you are paying for that. But when you aren't, it's not necessary to pay anything. So far, any questions? No? So let's talk about what is the visualization. We do have a hard drive, Okay. How many operating systems you do have in your local laptop, by the way? Usually we do have 2. Yes. We are working sometimes with Ubuntu as a Linux, and we are sometimes using Windows. Yes. Usually all of us have 2, but suppose that it is not only 2. Yes. Virtualization provides that with the physical service. Me as a Linux guy, I want to use Linux. The other guy as a Windows guy wants to use Windows, and the other wants to use GES and something just like that. So all of us can access to the same physical platform. Okay? How cool is that? And each of us wants to run our own application on top of it. Is it possible? Is it possible by virtualization? Virtualization is not a new thing, you know. Great computing, as was in the previous slides, or other methods of virtualization, we did have them from a long time ago. But cloud computing provides us with the 5 features that I mentioned. So it makes it unique, okay? So these are some techniques for the virtualization. Denali, VMware, or Zen, okay? Sometimes you can do it in your local machine as well. You can make your laptop as a shared laptop with other friends, with your colleagues as well. So this is the first things that you should remember always about the cloud computing. It's provide us with virtual machines. Okay, actually, the component of the cloud computing. The first component is the client. What is the client? Client is what? Yes, your mobile phone, your laptop, even your TV or other things. Actually, we do have the smart camera nowadays. Yes, you can take a picture and it automatically puts the data in the data center. So it's actually, I know that Sony provides some cloud-based sharing of the features. The second component of that is distributed servers. What is that? It is not necessary to locate all the servers in the same geographical location. It could be spread. As I show you later, Amazon has 5 regions of servers. One of them is in Oregon, the other one is in California, and we have 3 rest. One of them is Virginia, and we have 2. Other, I don't remember the exact location of them. The other thing is data centers. What is data centers? Data centers is, as you guys maybe have server in the UTSA, we do have one of the major open cloud institute in the nation, yes? So we do have a room, big room, as same as half of this class, and then it is the lot of racks in a row, so and they serve the students to implement what they want to do. Okay? These are 3 components that you should remember about them. Clients, servers, and data centers. Okay? So, how we can control these virtual machines? Conventionally, we do have 2 types of hypervisors. Hypervisors has its control these kind of virtual machines. The first type is native, and it is bare metal. We call it bare metal. OpenSNAP is looking for a heavy nature, bare metal. So, what bare metal is not a new thing; it is old. So, and the other one is hosted. The hypervisor, it's controlled. It's not outside of that. It's inside of that, and it is serving all the users simultaneously. It's a little bit complicated to explain it, and it is out of the scope of this class as well. So I just want to provide you with the high view of we do have 2 kinds of hypervisors. Okay. So what are the services by the cloud? This slide is very important. You start learning cloud computing by studying these kind of services. The first services is application as a service. Okay, you are using Google Drive, yes? Yes. Google Drive is the application as a service. It's hosted your files on that, and you're not dealing with nothing else. You just copy and paste your file, and then you can share your file. You can get the permission to one guy to edit it, or the other guy to just view it, and so on. Yes? So this is the application that provided by the cloud. How about Dropbox? Do you think Dropbox is a cloud or not? We should go and ask them. Okay, but when the Dropbox started its work, it was not a cloud. It was a huge service. So, and they managed that service to serve the rest. As I mentioned, the first cloud was by Amazon. Okay. So, the second one is platform as a service. Suppose that you borrow a laptop from the library. All of us did that, yes? They provide us with a laptop, and usually it is a good laptop, but we cannot manipulate anything on the laptop. It is fixed. You can just open the browser, open the Word, open the PDF, do what you want to do, get access to the MATLAB, and then we don't have any permission to do anything. Yes? This is something as a platform, as a service, but suppose that we do have permission to do everything, as same as our laptop, our personal laptop. This is the third services, and it is the services that gonna be a lot of advantages in the marketplace as well. So, suppose that you can not only use your software, but you can develop your software. Cloud computing, as I mentioned, has three major aspects. The first one is, can you help me with that? It's a big computation, powerful computation engine, yes? How about the second one? We do have it here, networking. It should be broadcast, it should be broadband network, okay? So, and the third one is the storage. It should have a powerful storage capability as well. So, as a summary, let's review them. Application as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. Suppose that you do want to implement some robotics in the cloud. Which applications you prefer, which service you prefer to choose for your implementation? Suppose that you want to just make the track robot. You need something that you can program it, yes? And you need something that has the network, yes? So is that necessary to have an infrastructure as a service? No. So is the application as a service is not for us because we need to manipulate something? It is not enough. But platform as a service is enough. Okay? Is that clear? The other example, suppose that you do want to have a scalable swarm of robots. Which one would you prefer to do? So, we prefer the infrastructure as a service. As I mentioned, we should have a scalable system of robots. So, it is not necessary, it is not enough to just have the access to manipulate the codes, but we should add the hardware as well. We should scale our hardware because we want to add robots. Some robots are going to be released, some robots are going to be added to the system. So infrastructure as a system is what we are looking for that. Based on the problem, based on what we want to do, based on the application, we should choose the application as a service, platform as a service, or infrastructure as a service. So, we are getting more advanced step by steps. Cloud has a lot of topologies. Here I provide the 4 topologies. We do have the public cloud. As its name says, it's a public. Everybody can access that. And everybody can do something on it. Okay? As an example, Google Drive is a public or not? Yes, it is public. Amazon EC2 is a public or not? Yes, it's a public cloud. Everybody can do that. Private clouds. Private clouds actually are categorized into groups. They're dedicated and managed. The managed one is controlled by the third party. So it is not necessary for you to do anything. One of the services that Rackspace is doing actually is manage private cloud. So it hosts your cloud and it serves you as a host. And it is not worried about that, and it is private. By the way, why we should be looking for the private cloud? Why you always don't use your computer, your friend's computer? Because sometimes you have something that you are worried about it, yes. You want to secure it, you want to just you know about it. So security is the reason that you're looking for the private cloud. Is that clear? So, what is the hybrid cloud? The combination of these two. And as this picture shows, service, platform, and infrastructure can be handled with all kind of cloud. So it is not any worry about, okay, if I'm going for public cloud, I cannot get access to a specific service. You can get access to all the servers. And fortunately or unfortunately, usually when the companies want to start a service because they want to make it as a major service, they got to start it with public clouds. I show you later that Amazon provides a lot of services, and it is the public cloud. Okay? So topologies of the cloud. What are they? Public and private. Yes. And hybrid as a third. We do have the federated cloud that is the future of the cloud computing now. I mentioned IBM Smart City project as an example. Smart city. So you should have a lot of computation power to handle this amount of information. Okay? So federated cloud is the combination of cloud providers. We do have some cloud providers in industry. We do have some cloud providers in education, in universities. Suppose that we want to have the combination of Rackspace and UTSA cloud. So it's got to be the federated cloud. And why it is important? I mentioned it, yes, variety. We are looking for cloud because it provides us with the infinity resources. We are looking for hybrid because it is flexible. We do have a public and private. We can, and usually the public is much more cheaper, yes. So we can manage our tasks to handle this. And we're looking for federated cloud because it provides us with a variety of things. Okay? So Google serves some services, but Amazon doesn't. Amazon serves some services, but Google doesn't. So federated cloud provides you with these kind of services, all of them. And so for this kind of job, you should have some middleware management. Okay? Any questions so far? No? So far, I didn't mention any complex definition of the cloud. Okay? So far, it's easy, yes? I just provided with basic information what is the cloud. All this information are gathered in this definition. And I want you guys to read this and just memorize what we did review so far. It includes all the things that we are talking about so far. Network, servers, storage, application and services. Application we mentioned about platform, infrastructure, and the same application as a service. Rapidly provisioned and released. We mentioned that the features that which virtual machine should release the resources instantaneously and provision the resources instantaneously. So far we are good about the basic information of the cloud computing. Yes? Any questions so far? Okay, let's wrap it up here and then we can continue for the next session about more details about what is the cloud and how we can get advantage of it.